Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure review. Alright, so today we're going to jump into the time machine and travel back a whole 21 years to the year 2003 as we take a look at this. We have from Toybiz, the Punching Hulk. Okay, so this is an action figure that I bought at a local collectible toy store. I bought it loose, so it's incomplete. I think it's missing this like wall accessory that the figure is supposed to like punch through. As I stated at the beginning of the video, this is the Punching Hulk figure. This was from the 2003 live action Hulk film that was directed by Ang Lee, starring Eric Bana. It's a wonderful looking action figure. Even though it's Toybiz and it's 21 years old, I still think in some ways it holds up well to this day. You know, granted, it's not going to have the same kind of engineering and hyper articulation that a modern day action figure possesses, but I'm still very impressed with the sculpting of the figure, the detailing, and just the overall ingenuity of the figure, because even though it lacks modern day articulation, the play features, I believe, are still second to none. The figure is incredibly well done. The head sculpt, even though this is from 2003, it looks pretty spot on to the Ang Lee Hulk that we see in the live action film. You know, it's a very realistic portrayal of the Hulk, and the face looks it just looks amazing. The sculpting on the hair, I think, could be a little bit better, but for the most part, it's decent. You'll notice that there's some differences in the shades of green. Unfortunately, the body doesn't match the arm all that much, but from a distance, you're not really going to notice it. It's just more so on camera since it's so closely viewed. The texturing on the flesh is nice. You know, you have some nice texturing throughout the skin. It's a very vascular figure. You know, there's a lot of musculature, especially around the abdomen and the arms and the biceps, especially with the veins. The texturing on the pants, it's beautifully well done. You kind of have this like denim-like texture, and they kind of recreate the wrinkles and the tears, you know, when he kind of hulks out. And the figure is just such a beautiful piece. Keep in mind, this is an older figure, so it's going to be smaller than some of the modern figures that we get nowadays, especially in terms of the Hulk. This guy stands in at a little under 7 inches, which was quite sizable considering most of the higher-end Toybiz figures were about 6-inch scale, which this guy kind of belongs to that family. The articulation is as follows. You have movement in his neck. His arms are articulated, as are his elbows and his wrists. His waist is articulated, as are his legs and his knees. Now, the cool thing with Toybiz figures is that they struck a nice balance, having both the collector and the child in mind. If you're a collector, the package design was just awesome. You know, they paid such great attention to detail with the packaging. For example, here's another figure in the lineup. This was the Superposable Hulk, also from 2003. And the package design, I think, is awesome. The graphic design work is top notch. And if you're a collector and you wanted to keep this thing mint in box, the window provided a full display of the figure. And then on the back, they always highlighted the different play features. So, excellent figure, especially for 2003. Keep in mind, this is prior to the Disney Marvel Studios era. This was from the Universal Pictures portrayal of the Hulk. And that movie was nice, but I think I enjoyed the Ed Norton Hulk movie much more. And be on the lookout, because I probably will review this figure in the near future. And this is the Superposable Hulk, whereas this one is the Punching Hulk. Now, when I was talking about Toybiz striking a nice balance between collectors and kids, is that you know, these figures, they're well crafted, they're well presented. So if you're a serious collector, you know, it's a nice display piece. But at the same time, if you're a child, there's a lot of incredible play features with this as well. For example, if you squeeze his legs together, he kind of twists at the waist, which is pretty neat. You know, the harder that you twist, the faster and further he moves. And what's also cool is that on the back of him, he has this lever, And if you pull this, he kind of has this punching action, hence that's why it's called the Punching Hulk. So it's pretty cool. I dig this a lot. I'm such a big fan of the Hulk, both live action and in comic book form. And if you're curious how this guy measures up to a modern Marvel Legends figure produced by Hasbro, over here we have the X-Men Vulcan figure. I know I use this figure all the time, but this is kind of my go-to generic Hasbro Legends figure. Here's Darwin, a slightly leaner build, and here is Wolverine, which I think pairs up nicely against the Hulk. You know, it's a good size difference here. So overall, I do think this figure still has a place in modern collections. Even though it's not as well engineered and as articulated as a modern figure, I still think in terms of the presentation and sculpting, it holds up well. And just for giggles, we have this. We have the very recent and modern Red Hulk figure produced by Hasbro. And this shows you just how far along action figures have come. You know, back in the day, this was kind of a big deal. But nowadays, you get something like this, and wowee, this thing is awesome. I love the giant Hulk figures produced by Hasbro. You know, they're like heavy. They feel like cinder blocks. You can like throw this at a window and maybe crack it. But yeah, there's still something to be said about these older figures from yesterday. I still think they hold up kind of well, especially if you grew up during this era or if you're a fan of the older film. You know, this is a nice collectible to have in your collection. Right, so with that being said, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.